What is going on, you late night creatures and late night devourers of the internet and the web, the places that you probably should be hanging out at? Boy, oh boy, it's been a glorious, glorious run. I mean, it has been, but it hasn't been at the same time. Uh, when you're stricken on the abilities to do the things that you're normally used to doing them in, you're kind of forced to pivot and change and make a different way of doing things. Oh man, what a trip, right? You start to think you can't do something because you've been relying on something for so long, and then suddenly this happens.
Hello, my name is Tedel. I will be reading for the part of Kermit.
But he doesn't always read for the part. And that's the thing. When we go through life, we're not reading a part. We're going through doing what we can just to survive, whether that's to get your bills paid, whether that's to be on time at work, whether that's to be a good father or a good mother, or most of all, whether that's just to be a good human. I know most of the time that seems to be such an arbitrary thing. Basically, everybody knows that. The problem is not everybody does. So we have brothers and sisters that are running around doing things that, man, they probably shouldn't do, and it's probably not the wisest thing to do either. And the thing is that they're not seeing it, and some of these people that are going around doing this are liars. And some of these people that are doing this are basically no better off than you or I. And instead, they want you to feel bad, so they prey upon that. Now, just recently, I had someone attack me on the web, and it was rather unique because they weren't even a gleam in my eye, and yet they wanted to take claim for a bunch of things, and then turned around and attacked me. And I find that it's ironic, and it's pretty childish. So, what do you do with this ironic and this childish thing? You give up, give in. How do you take care of it? I don't know. For me,
You can't argue with stupid. You just can't.
I mean, you could try to, but the problem is that once you start arguing with stupid, you start connecting the dots, and that leads you down the stupid hole. I'm not saying that you are, I'm not saying that I am, I'm not saying that they are, or she is, or even them. The thing is that we must all pay attention. Because, I mean, when we're doing this, we're trying to pay attention to the way our friends do things and what our friends have to say. My Uncle Ron, on the other hand, my Uncle Ron has some words of wisdom.
I believe the saying is, one who lives in a golden canoe must never throw rocks at a plastic dinghy. You need to get your facts straight when you put them out there on the internet. I believe the saying is, one who lives in a golden canoe must...
I don't know. I think a big part of what we're looking at is people get vastly confused because there's so much information at our tips of our fingers via our telephones, our tablets, whatever devices we're using. And then what happens is we find the thing that seems to work for us, we read it, and wow, there you go. Well, when you share it with other people, they're looking elsewhere and they're not really getting it. So all of a sudden they're like, no, you're wrong. And then it turns into debate. None of us want to debate. I mean, that's just plain stupid if you ask me. But hey, you do want to smoke, right? When you choose to do things on your own, you choose to lone wolf, you have to understand that it's going to be very difficult. It's probably going to bring dark days, or it's going to bring very enlightened days, because what's going to happen is you're going to find your center. You're going to find things you really need, you really want. At least that's what I'm trying to do right now. You know, I thought about the show on Tuesday. Oh, yeah. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I have a show on Tuesday. I have a show on Tuesday mornings on the internet here for all of you to witness all the same time.
The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
And in breaking news, Iraqi head seeks arms. Something went wrong with the jet crash, expert says. The police begin campaigning to run down jaywalkers. Engaged and enraged cow injured from a farmer with an axe. Farmerville dies in the house. These are all topics that are in the news, that are constant in the news, that you can find, that are almost like the Inquirer or strange oddity news. Headlines that make you wonder. Headlines that maybe make you think, okay, someone is just playing with you know, words or whatever the hell is. The thing is that when we start to look into this, the news or the topic of is a very heavy thing. I know I just got a little lost there because I'm trying to look something up. Please forgive us. We'll give you something in the middle while you're waiting for us to get our shit together.
Are you frantically pounding away on your keyboard these days to discuss your views, share your passions, teach a skill, or share a craft to the masses on social media? Podcasting is a bright light that can help you reach a diverse audience. And NOK Network can help. Even if you have no experience, NOK Network will work with you to develop your content to air on our diverse network to reach a wide audience, allowing us all to grow together. Podcasts are aired on multiple platforms simultaneously, across social media and streaming sites, live through our network. Contact us and let's chat about how we can help you develop your podcast and join the NOK team.
Inquirer News. You know, it's the thing when you're at the market and you're standing there and you look over and you see the Inquirer News staring at you. Crazy magazine, and you're always kind of wondering about this thing because where are these people getting this stuff? Now, when they start writing some of this news, realistically, I know that they are making stuff up because a big part of it is that they're trying to trying to provoke and get us to make a reaction and or give them ratings. Now, it makes perfect sense if you think about it because they're like, it's a show, right? News. I don't know. Who will spill their secret and join the TikTok trend? Not this kid. Courtney Sensation Megan Wade trains in for force of J secret. I don't know. Some of these news topics right here don't make any sense. like at all to me. Any sanity, anything to me. Um, you know, now I'm just rambling and wasting your time. If this was a test just to see if this was going to work, find out what would work, what wouldn't work, kind of see who would be there, who wouldn't be. Because by the way, no one knows this is happening.
Most of you don't know this, but I don't really do the whole foam thing. Foam cups kind of freak me out. It's something about the texture or something about the static that it builds. Let me demonstrate. As I have it, just hold on to it, and then wow, trip out on that somehow. It's just this weird static that happens. Hey, be good to yourself and stay away from the foam.
Trending news around the world. Well, we all know that a whole bunch is happening in the Olympics, and we know that the Olympics have become the thing. I mean, if you're not in the Olympics, come on. I've always been following this as a kid. Noah Lyles wins the Olympic 100-meter sprint by 5 thousandths of a second. Holy shit. 5 thousandths of a second. I mean, that's way better. Damn. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he left the dead bear in Central Park as a prank. Okay. High jumper Yanis Yahushmith, Ukrainians' first individual gold in Paris Olympians. Now, I'm destroying their name. I can almost guarantee that one. Belgium. The Belgians withdraw from mixed relay triathlon after athletes who swam in the Seine River falls ill. Yeah, I was reading something about how the water in the river there, that is just vile, and it makes people sick, and the stuff that they're seeing. I mean, I can't believe that. But then again, maybe I can, because think about it. This is it is one of the oldest rivers that were used in Paris, France, and they used to throw all their waste into there and get rid of all their waste. It's pretty crazy. Boxer Cindy Naigba becomes the first athlete to compete as a refugee to clinch in the Olympics. Wow, that's pretty damn cool. Is that not? I mean, that's actually really amazing. Never never thought outside the box. Oh, advertisement. Boy, that's bad of me. Not even an Olympic gold medal can be getting today. The Hungarian swimmer Christian Miluk to break his silence. There's a lot going on. All these athletes are saying a lot. They're doing a lot. The question is, what is really going on? They have management staff that is taking good care of this. At least they should. Everything is tougher on a bike in the Olympics. Eating, drinking, and yes, the bathroom breaks are even an issue. Everything is a little more difficult in the bike races, particularly in the Olympics, when the men's peloton tracks the longest course in its history this Saturday. Wow, Peloton's pretty insane. That's some band shit right there. Fans of the Olympics find a new star and Longoria Hernandez. It's not even competing in this year. It's crazy that these stars are going there and showing up. Now, for me personally, the only issue I have is that when we would run the torch in to the Olympics, we would find the best, the brightest, and the greatest of our athletes to do it. Now you have Snoop Dogg that does this. I'm only imagining that he paid his way in there kind of as some kind of package to get him in there. Paris Olympians, water safety patrol, like the Guardian Angels during a surfing competition in Tahiti. Interesting. Cracked helmets, saturated skin. These are the checks in the for consciousness that have been a part of the Paris Olympics suffering competition as surfers go head to head in the treacherous waters of the Tanapu, Tahiti. Wow. All right. Third set of remains found from a gunshot wound searched in 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre grave. Wow. And then they're still finding it to this day. Holy shit. Official ID Florida deputy sheriff killed in a shooting. Two others and two other deputies. Nice. Ooh, Aerosmith retires from touring, citing damage to Steven Tyler's voice later this year. You know, I had made a statement that this is going to happen, and basically when I said it, I said they suck only because recently they've been sucking. They're not the Aerosmith of old that we remember. I mean, that is pretty impressive to think those guys have been doing it for as long as they've been doing it at the level that they've been doing it. Bookmaker to plead guilty in gambling case tried to basketball star Sonhai Abotai, ex-interpreter. Nice. Remember the Ice Bucket Challenge? 10 years later, the viral campaign is again fundraising for the ALS. Right on. That's good. That's always a good thing that we have going on. Former Bulgarian is convicted of manslaughter in her estranged husband of 2020 shooting. White House chief retires nearly after 30 years. The first woman and the first person of color to have this job. That's pretty freaking cool, huh? The Olympics bet against climate change with Cyan swimming. 4 days it looked like they would lose. Okay, so this river is just horrific, man. I'm gonna have to do a little more research on this because now I'm seriously wondering what is going on with this Cyan River or Cyan River or whatever river it's supposed to be.
In breaking news, heat waves going across the nation, preparing for summer.
You know, you can't be afraid of everything. I mean, well, you can, but the problem is that nothing good will come out of it. So as we start to read the news and we divulge in it, we start to see things that start to put the dots together and scare us. Things that might lead us to think that, man, society is taking the wackiest left turn. Well, it possibly can. At the same time, that same left turn will get us all in the same direction if we keep taking them. Guys, thank you so very much for hanging out with me in this evening, because this was just a test. I warn you, this is only a test. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening. This has been brought to you by Keeping It Green and Dan OK. As always, be very good to yourself.
The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their